Playoff season, baby. Welcome back to the Reefer. I got another banger video for you guys today. Let's be special, baby. Let's be special. So the NFL playoffs are here. It's playoff season, baby. We're going to talk about the regular season. We ain't talking about practice. We ain't talking about no preseason. We are talking about the playoffs, baby. So right off the bat, we got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders playing each other. And the Bengals open up as a 5-point favorite, which I like. I would take the Bengals and take the points. Jamar Chase is absolutely on fire. I was wrong about Jamar Chase. I will admit. I thought he was overhyped. He was dropping all those balls in the preseason. But regular season, when it mattered, he showed up. And he's going to show up again in the playoffs. Joey B is just going to force feed that man the ball. And Jamar is going to make things happen. Is that Raiders secondary? It's nothing special. It's really not special. And the Raiders have won a crazy amount of like one score overtime games this year, which I mean, it's good. It's good for them. They won. But that just doesn't bode well. You want a team that's going to be blowing teams out in the regular season, winning by multiple scores, showing they have multiple ways to win. The Las Vegas Raiders, it's kind of Derek Carr put up points and kind of bail out our defense. Yes, they have some guys on defense. I know they have some good guys on defense. I mean, they got Crosby, they got a Pro Bowl linebacker in 52. So they got guys that can play, but I just don't see them keeping up with Cincinnati in Cincinnati. I mean, people are busting out the Cincinnati shirts. I think it's a little early for that, but I got confidence that Cincinnati's going to make it through the wild card round into the next one. So take Cincinnati and the points. Next up, we got New England and Buffalo with a 4-point favorite to Buffalo. Now, first of all these odds are through DraftKings, so wherever you're betting, it may be different. But the Buffalo Bills, 4-point favorite at home against the New England Patriots. I like the Patriots +4. I'm sorry, Josh Allen. I know you're the better quarterback than Mac Jones. But Bill Belichick is so hard to pick against in the playoffs. I mean, especially in the wild card round early on. If he's getting up there playing the Chiefs or something, I don't know about that one. But against the Bills, I think he's just going to have their number. The Bills don't have much of a run game. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. It's going to be windy in Buffalo. And Josh Allen's going to have to run the ball. I mean, and the defense is going to key on that. That New England defense, Judon, Hightower, they got McCourty back there. They got some guys back there. It'll be interesting to see if their defensive tackle from Alabama, if he's healthy for the game or not. I hope he is. But that defense is just going to step up, limit Josh Allen from running the ball, and just force Josh to make throws with his arms. If he can beat them with Stephon Diggs, it's going to happen. But I think that they're going to put J.C. Jackson, just put him on an island against Diggs and say, hey, we're putting our best defender on your best receiver. You got to beat us with Cole Beasley. You got to beat us with that tight end they got there. You got to beat us with other guys. And you got to use your running backs to beat us. You can't just throw the ball at Diggs. And I don't know if the Bills are going to be able to keep up. I don't know if their offense is dynamic enough to do that and patch up this Patriots defense. Because we remember in Buffalo, they got blown out. Or not blown out, excuse me. It was just a run-heavy game, super wet, bad conditions. So the Patriots won just an ugly football game. But then in Foxborough, the Bills went in there and won pretty handily. So it could be a toss-up. But personally, I can't bet against Bill. Take Bill in the 4 points. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super interesting game. We'll see how healthy Jalen Hurts is. That ankle held him out the week before. And honestly, they're missing some guys on offense. I mean, that offensive line is a little banged up. The defense is a little bit banged up. I mean, you got the kind of, people are sick with C-word. And then it's going to be an interesting game. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Fletcher Cox can make some plays, stuff the run, and allow that defense to make plays. But overall, I like Brady in this game. Brady, Gronk's going to step up. Cameron Brate's going to step up. O.J. Howard's going to step up. Brady's really going to have to lean on his tight ends in the playoffs to get them through. They're missing a lot of guys. They're missing Godwin. They're missing Antonio Brown. Lenny may play, may not. I don't think he's playing this game, but Giovanni Bernard's out. Ronald Jones has been kind of a little dinged up, but overall, I just think the Patriots the Buccaneers are just going to get through. So take the Buccaneers, 8.5 points, large point scale, large point, but take the Buccaneers. Next up, we got San Fran and the Cowboys, America's team, baby. So right off the bat, Dak has not played well the second half of the season since that initial calf injury. I would know. I was a fantasy owner for Dak Prescott, and I needed him in the playoffs, and he did not show for me in the playoffs. Rip. But anyways, the Cowboys' super dynamic offense. They got Zeke, they got Pollard, they got CeeDee Lamb, they got Coop. They got absolute guys on that offense that can absolutely make plays and make things happen. Dynamic offense. Micah Parsons is having a great year. Diggs is having a good season. I think people are overhyping his interceptions a little bit because he's let up a lot of yards on the ground. He's very much a risk-reward cornerback. He's going to get those interceptions for you, but if he doesn't get that interception, you're getting some yardage on him. So very much a risk-reward cornerback. So you can kind of bait him a little bit. And I just think that San Francisco is not a team you want to play right now. They are absolutely ground and pound. Jimmy G has been playing good. Deebo Samuel is just playing on another level. I mean, they're putting him in the backfield, the slot, boundary receiver. They're just moving around and getting him the ball creatively. And right when you think you got to focus on Deebo, they're hitting Kittle, and Kittle is reminding us why he's such a great tight end and probably second best tight end in the league, in my opinion, behind Kelsey. But Kittle, he can block, he can catch passes, he can make things happen. The defense is pretty good, too. Defense is making some guys miss, making things happen on defense. Fred Warner, absolute stud middle linebacker. They got some guys on the back end, a little bit banged up, but they're making do. D-line, Bosa, great. They're going to get after him, especially if they can move Bosa around and kind of get ideal matchups for who they want. Because that Cowboys offense has been moved around a little bit. We'll see who comes out. But I got another upset, my second upset. Take San Francisco +3. I don't know if San Francisco is going to pull it out, but I think it's going to be a hairline game like that. And I'd probably pick the 49ers to win outright, but I would pick San Francisco +3. All right, next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Juju Smith-Schuster just came off the IR, started practicing with the team, so he may play. It doesn't seem very likely, though. And then Kansas City's red hot right now. Patrick Mahomes absolutely making things happen. Tyreek Hill, a little bit banged up. He hurt his heel last week in warm-ups. Wasn't quite the same during the game. So we'll see if he's healed or not. Travis Kelce got banged up towards the end of the game last week, too. So we'll see what his status is, how much they use him. But Mahomes is Mahomes. He's going to make things happen. He's going to put up points. And we'll see if the Steelers can keep up with that. I mean, this might be Ben's final game. I mean, Ben last week, pains me to say it, he's a Hall of Fame career, but he just did not look good. I mean, there's a certain point in time when you have to realize it's time to hang up the cleats. It's time to move on to the next phase of my life, next phase of my career. And Ben it's time for Ben to do it, unfortunately. I just don't think that he's got much left in the tank right now. He can be a great coach or something, but I just don't think he has enough horsepower to get it done. I mean, the receiving core, Steelers, they've been spotty. I mean, they're using a lot of Ray McCloud, a lot of Deion Jones, a lot of Chase Claypool, which are great guys, but I wouldn't really classify any of those guys as star number one go-to receivers. Freiermuth has been a great tight end for them this year, so I mentioned they're going to feed him the ball a lot. Najee's been absolutely outstanding, but Najee got hurt last week, so we'll see how banged up he is for this game. But unfortunately, as much as I want to cheer for the Steelers, and will be cheering for the Steelers, I would take Kansas City in the points. Mahomes is going to put up points. I don't know what else to say. Take the 12.5 of Mahomes. I think they're going to win by probably 17 points, honestly. But I will be cheering for the Steelers. I will be rooting them on. But if I was putting money on that game, I'd pick Kansas City. All right, next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. This is another upset in my books. I think the Cardinals are a great road team. They've been significantly better on the road than they have been at home. And the Rams kind of got demoralized last week against San Francisco. It's just not a great time to be a Rams fan right now. Is the San Francisco fans flooded your stadium, SoFi Stadium, and were cheering on, making a lot of noise. So, I mean, you kind of lost the home element there. San Francisco came back and won that game. Stafford threw a big pick, which has been a problem for him all season, but he finally threw an interception where it's like, okay, That's going to be a problem. We're not going to be able to win this game because of that. But that's just kind of how you live with Matthew Stafford. He's a gunslinger. He takes those risks. He could make a bigger play to OBJ. We'll see. But I think Arizona plus 3.5. And I think my guy James Conner, got his jersey behind me, I think he scores 2 touchdowns. So those are my picks for the playoff games, this wild card round, people. As always, have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. Deuces.